Welcome back, everybody, to another video. Today we're going to be going over the Kefla Surge Leader that is getting support in the Anniversary Box. This is a deck I never thought we would really be talking about in 2025 after the weak support that it's been basically receiving for, I would say weak support, but just the irrelevant support it's been receiving for the past few years. It just never really made the deck playable, and I don't know if this support really makes this deck even considerable for like rogue status, but it is very interesting, and I think it's, I wanted to bring it up since it is a deck that there's really only like one deck in the Anniversary Box that I'm not going to talk about. I didn't think this was it, so I did want to bring this up. So I actually like this leader. I do like the leader. I wanted it to receive similar support to what Surge Goku got, and it didn't receive that. I guess it kind of did, but not in the same way. So for Surge leaders, for those who don't know, these are dual color leaders. So this is a blue and a yellow leader, so it counts as both. And then the awakening for Surge leaders is not necessarily a life requirement. You just have to put a card of each color underneath your leader, and then you have an effect. So this card draws 4. So essentially it's a draw 2 leader, because you're tucking 2 cards, and you're going to draw 4 new cards, okay? To activate main, you choose one blue or yellow U6 card with energy cost of 2 or less from your hand and play it. Already really good, right? We're able to free play cards on this side. A lot of the 2 costs actually are really good effects. So you just kind of have to prioritize like certain ones. But on the Awaken side, you don't actually draw anymore, and that's the one downside with Surge leaders. Now this guy, you need 4 life or less. You can discard a card from underneath your leader. This is an activate main. You can either draw 1 card and then bottom deck one of your opponent's cards, or at the beginning of your opponent's next turn, you can choose 3 multicolor cards in your drop area and add them to your hand. Add 3 multicolor cards back. So basically, you get to draw 3, right? Now, this deck did not receive the Surge Q support, where the Videl is able to reload your leader. That would have been really nice. I think if they did that, this deck I would consider to be probably almost a meta contender, because it has the 2 strongest colors in its backing, right? Yellow and blue have always been the 2 strongest colors in the game from a high competitive standpoint. They've always been that way. They've also won every single Worlds, whether it's a blue deck or a yellow deck. So it's always just kind of considered like, okay, these 2 colors are really good. Having them combined, it is broken. And this deck could be broken, but they decided to make it a Universe 6 leader, so the archetype's kind of mid. But we're going to try to make it really good. I think we did a pretty good job. So let's start with some of the battle cards that we can play. So we have a Kale and Khalifa, preparations for Batora Fusion. So this is a 1-cost yellow, so this is something you can play off your leader, or you can just tap a yellow for it. You search top 5 for a yellow Universe 6 that costs 6 or less, which you can search out a good chunk of your deck. Also has an activate battle, where you can send this card from the drop to the warp, and then you can discard 1 card from your hand, and then you get the combo a mono yellow Khalifa with 5k combo power from your drop, which is actually really cool. So this actually allows you to get 5k combo power. If you have like a dead multicolor in hand, you can still turn that multicolor into a 5k combo, essentially. We have Hit Flawless Attacker, another card you can play for free. It's a barrier. If you have a blue or yellow Universe 6 card in play, you can negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas, meaning you can charge it for free, which is actually really nice. When this card's played from your hand, you may draw a card. If you don't, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. Typically, we're gonna be drawing a card, but you can use it to pop something on board if you absolutely need to. And then you have an activate main here, which does not matter for this version of the deck. You can activate the evolve skill on a yellow hit for 2 less yellow energy, which the hit cards are cool, but it just didn't fit into the archetype that we were trying to create here. This is more of a gimmick effect here, but this is one of your check lands. Other check land we have is Zamasu the Eliminator. This is not a U6 card, but if you have a blue-yellow in your energy, this card has its energy exhaust skills negated. It also is a counterplay. Hits battle cards 4 or less, returns them to their hand, and then also when it's played, you can draw a card, and then you can tap a battle card. Now, what's cool about this card is that this is a counterplay that says play this card first. So if the card has Deflect, you can still play this card, draw a card, and then tap the battle card if it doesn't have Barrier. So this is a good way of you getting around Deflect, which yellow kind of has a struggle to do. We have 4 Khalifa, Universe 6 Fusion Warrior. This is probably the best card to play off your leader. It's got a few different effects on it, so you can pitch it from your hand. Search top 5 for a Kale or Khalifa that costs 4 or less. You can also activate main if your opponent has 2 more energy. You can choose a Khalifa and a Kale in your drop area and play this card from your hand, and then place this card underneath it, so you also can do that. Also, you can just play it off your leader. But auto, when the card's played, you draw 2 and then bottom deck a card. So you get to draw two brand new cards and then bottom deck something, and you get to play a 15k body for free. It's pretty solid. So this card has a lot of utility in this deck. So you have different ways of being able to use this card, whether you're playing it, free playing it, or using it to search other cards. Then we have probably the two most important cards in the deck. These are going to be, I think these cards are kind of expensive now. I think these cards are both bought out. This card probably is almost bought out here. But these cards have a really good function with a card in our Z deck, which is one of the new cards. So we'll talk about that in a second. But we have Kale. These are both 2 costs as well, so you can play off your leader. When this card's played, choose up to 3 blue or yellow Kefla or Kaba cards in your drop that cost 2 or less and shuffle them back into your deck. And when this card is placed under a card, under another card by Union skill, activate the skill at the beginning of your opponent's next turn. You get to switch a blue energy to active mode. And then this guy is a draw 1 with a similar effect for the Union, but now you get to tap one of your opponent's cards, ignoring Barrier. And this is just on play of the Union effect, okay? Then we have the new Kale and Kefla, becoming the strongest in the multiverse. This is also another card you can play off your leader. When this card's played, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, add up to 1 Universe 6 card to your hand, then place 1 Universe 6 with a 9,000 power into your drop and shuffle. Activate battle if this card is under a Kefla battle card. Use up to 1 card from under your Kefla battle card in a combo with its skills negated for the turn. So, first off, we've only seen one Kefla card we can play, but we can play this, right? So we can, if we have this card underneath it, we can combo this, and this is a 10k combo. So you can actually use this card as a combo piece. So the free 10k combo is actually pretty solid. Also searches out any U6 card, and then also puts a Universe 6 card into the drop, and I believe has to be from the top 7. So it's not you search the deck for one. So if you find one of these, basically a copy of itself or one of the Kefla or Kale cards here, you can put them into the drop. 2 of this old Kefla card. This is an old promo card from like 2023, I think. If your leader is a blue or a Universe 6 card, you can play it from your hand for 1 blue, 1 yellow. When this card's played, you draw a card. And then if this card's in rest mode, when your opponent attacks your leader, you get to choose when your opponent's energy in rest mode is. So this is the 19k barrier. This is actually really good early. This is one of my favorite cards to play on turn 2. Because what we can do is we'll charge a whatever color turn 1. We'll charge, hopefully, the multicolor on turn 2. And then we can slam this guy and then slam a 2 cost from our leader. And then we drew, obviously, some cards there. But now we put this card in rest mode. If our opponent wants to attack our leader, they got to tap a card first, and you get to tap one of their energy, which is really nice. This is a limit 1, so you can't do multiple at a time. But 2 is fine. I think it's just another multicolor that you can pick up off of your leader effect later on in the game. We have another new card. This is the new Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Costs 1 blue, you draw 2, and you have to Union Patora a blue Kale, and a yellow Kefla. This card attacks. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of your deck with its skills negated for the turn. That's a really, really good effect. And then for 1 more energy, if you have 3 more energy, you can switch this card to active mode. Then you can do this auto again. Now this is another card. You can use the Patora from this effect to combo to go to 35k. And then also get the bottom deck of card 2 is really, really strong. And this card draws you too, which is insane. We have our super combos. 2 Magenta, and then 2 of the Kefla super combos. So these are both just searchable super combos. This guy is a 5 or less. If your leaders use 6, you can draw a card, and then it's a 10k combo. Then we have 2 of the super combos here, which at the end of the battle, you bottom deck you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and bottom deck it. That's in rest mode. This is a card you can get back. I didn't feel like you needed 4 of these because you do want to have some draw, I think, off of one of your super combos. But you can always grab these back off your leader effect as well. Now we get into some of just the blue generic stuff. We have the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Power of Conviction, which is a good counter to like Floodgates. We have 3 Broly, 2 Oob. This is pretty normal for most blue decks. We have 1 Gohan Rare. And then we have 3 of the Super Saiyan 2 Kefla Lightning Speed. This is one of your boss monsters to help finish the game, among all of these other blue cards here. But this card is an arrival for 3 energy, 2 blue, 1 yellow. When this card's played, you bottom deck a card ignoring Barrier. Then activate Manage One has 3 more energy. You can discard a card from your hand. This card will gain dual attack, among already having double strike. And if you discard a copy of this card, you get to draw 2 and tap one of your opponent's cards. So again, multicolor, you can just pick it up off your leader. Because this card has the ability of comboing a card for free, and you can combo this card here for free, right? And this allows us to fulfill our cost for the arrivals, and then we can play this card out for 3. This is also a card that can be used on offense or on defense, so you can also just do this from your hand without having to waste a second card, which is why also we're not running 4 of the Kefla super combos. We have 1 Everlasting Light. This is a card that one of the other cards in the deck is sort of helping to sort of support. Unit Patora for 1 blue, 1 yellow. At the end of the turn, this card to active mode, and then if this is being removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, you can discard a multicolor from your hand and place it in the drop instead. So this card has a little bit of built-in protection just by pitching a card, and this is not a once per turn, so you can do this as many times as you want. Now, our secret rare. This is one of the things I think is going to make this card get banned at some point. Among other things, because this card shouldn't exist and how, at least in its current form, it shouldn't exist. This is if your leader is yellow. Our leader is yellow. We can play this guy. The one thing with energy markers is that energy markers match the color of your leader. And since our leader is 2 colors, we can create blue and yellow energy. Typically, it's only the color of your leader. So if your leader is yellow, obviously, which your leader has to be yellow for this, you can't create yellow and black energy, right? You're creating just yellow energy. But since our leader is blue and yellow, we get to create blue and yellow energy. This is insane, right? This allows you to expand. This is almost like a Kaioken secret rare, right? But you can't play that in this deck because that needs mono blue energy to restand, and we're not going to be charging mono blue energy. So this allows us to play this for 4, and then we can get back as many energy as our opponent has in rest mode. We also can remove our entire opponent's board ignoring barrier. But being able to play this and set up a Broly and a Kefla and do all this other kind of stuff, it just gives you a lot of extension in the late game, and I think this is going to be a problem if decks like this and Surge Q try to abuse this card. Now we have some just blue extra cards here. We have 3 Senzu Bean, 4 D-Magic, and then 4 a Sister's Determination, which is your leader is a U6. You get the attack, you pitch a blue card, and your opponent can only attack 1 more time with battle cards or unisons with 20k power or more. Incredibly strong Floodgate. This hits red really hard because most of their unisons are now, because they're all from the Z deck, they're all 20k plus. You can only swing with 1 of those or a battle card for the turn, and most battle cards are 20k now. So this is really, really strong Floodgate, which is what kind of blue needs. Blue doesn't have any super strong Floodgates anymore. Heroic Prospect is okay. 17 is not amazing, but this just gives you a really strong one that you can utilize now in this deck. Now for the Z deck. So the most important card, and it took me a minute as I was building this deck to kind of figure out the power of this card, Bonds of Patora. Permanent, if this card is under a Kefla Everlasting Light in the battle area, the card on top of this gains Double Strike and Blocker. So you can give the Everlasting Light, which is a 30k, which we already saw, Double Strike, and then also gains Blocker because the card restands at the end of the turn. It can be a blocker as well. Here's where the card gets a little crazy. So Activate Main, if your leader's backside is this Surge leader, you can discard 1 card from your hand, play up to 1 each of Kale and Kefla with 9k power and rest mode from your drop. The next time you activate the Union skill on a Kefla Everlasting Light, reduce the card in your hand by 1 yellow. So, real quick. So obviously, as I said, I already showed this card off. It's 1 blue and 1 yellow, so this card gets reduced to 1 blue, right? And then it also gains Double Strike and Blocker if you put the Z card underneath it, which costs 1 energy here. You can place this card underneath it. And then you also get the Bond deck one of your opponent's cards, right? Even if you don't do that, right? Because I don't think that's a huge, like this part of the effect right here is probably the worst part of it. Like this is a really good effect. We have stuff like bottom decks, so this isn't like amazing. But this part right here, right? Being able to just play Kale and Khalifas from the drop area without their skills being negated. So we can play any of these 3 cards here from the drop. Now mind you, this will help you shuffle stuff back in. This draws you a card. This also searches top 7 and draws you a card, right? Then because these cards are in play, now we can use them for the Patoras, right? We can use it for this. We can use it for Everlasting Light. That's really strong, right? You also can play them from the drop and put them underneath this. So, and this is every turn. So you're basically discarding 1 to play 2 battle cards out, which like this is only good if you're going to go into a union. But if you just play this Kefla and then this new card here, you're drawing 2 cards. You're pitching. You can even pitch one of these. You can pitch one of these, play 2 of them, draw 2 cards, and then go right into a Patora, right? Now you can say you can probably play more Patoras. You can always add more of this. I think this could be a 4-up as well. You could add more of this guy as well if you want, just because it's going to be a 1 cost. I was trying to slim down as much of the multicolor as possible, just because you can recur them off of your leader effect, right? Other cards, like this 1-drop here, is not amazing, but being able to combo a card is good. So if you don't have like a mono blue card in your hand, like let's say you don't have the 1 energy to tap for a multicolor to combo with it, you can use this to combo a yellow from the drop, and then you can combo a blue to then get your 2 energy for for Kefla. Like there's a lot of a lot of thought went into this. Also, the reason why this is a 4-up is we also sometimes we might just need a yellow to charge, which we're trying not to charge yellow. As you can see, we're primarily playing a lot of our monocolor cards are blue. We want to be able to charge blue most of the time. So we want to be able to charge like a multicolor turn 1, multicolor turn 2, and then from there on, multicolor or blue. That's sort of the idea. But this is why if we needed one of these, we can also charge one of these as well. Rest of the deck, we have 1 yellow Mighty Blast and then 1 blue Mighty Blast. Similar to Surge Q, you should just play both Mighty Blasts because you get the opportunity to use both of them, but both of their main effects. This one can negate the card's skills, since again you can't play Release from Evil in this deck. And this also allows you to bottom deck something 2 or less, or you can create a Shadow Dragon, not a Shadow Dragon token, a Shadow token with blocker and also draw a card too. 1 Deborah Unison, 1 Cell Unison, 1 Cell Z Battle for board removal, 1 18 Unison, 1 Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta to give us some barrier removal, 1 Kaioken for board wiping. We have Hit and Gogeta as our final Z Battle cards here. Now both of these are multicolors. This one it's kind of made for the U6 deck. When you have 3 more energy, when this card attacks or you activate blocker, you get the combo a multicolor U6 card from the drop with the skills negated. So this allows you to also have the Kefla effect, and this is also if it attacks or blocks. And at the end of the turn, you switch up to 1 of your energy to active mode, and then at the end of the turn, you switch this card to active mode, so it also gets to restand as well, which is really nice. The Gogeta has Aegis, which is nice, so Aegis allows you to restand energy. And then the rest of this card doesn't matter because it's for the Gogeta deck. So, but this is just a 25k with Aegis, which I find to be really strong. Like that's just a really good battle card to play. And then if it doesn't get removed, you have the ability of restanding energy on your opponent's turn. Now let's get to some cards you might want to consider for the deck. So I have this Kaba Vegeta, very similar to like the Goku Black battle card. You can also use this as an arrival to bottom deck of 4 costs in the battle area. It's also dual attack. We have this Goku and Vegeta that can negate the skills of a card in the combat step and also draw you a card. We have Brace for Impact. Interesting card. Promo card came out a really long time ago. Choose up to 1 of your battle cards or leaders and gets 15k for the battle. Then choose up to 1 of your energy and switch it to active mode, and then choose a battle card and gains barrier for the blocker for the turn. This is actually battle. So this is it's a 2 cost 15k combo that also gives you an energy back, so it's only technically costs 1, and then you can give a card blocker as well. So that's kind of cool. This is something I maybe to consider. And it's not like an amazing card, but it's a cool little tech. Frost Deathly Poison should definitely be in your side deck. Card coming in play, rest mode with the skills negated, you get the draw a card, and then if you have 3 life or less, you get the restand in any energy that's either blue or yellow. Master Roshi, this is kind of cool. So you can choose a multicolor in your hand and put in the energy. You choose 1 of your multicolor cards in your energy and add it to your hand. Then you get to choose a card in your hand and place it in your energy. So this allows you to, it's almost like a Roshi effect. I mean, not Roshi. It's almost like a Zeno effect. So if you need to get back a certain card that's in your energy, you can do that. But it has to be multicolor, right? So it's going to be any of these multicolors. So like if you grab like Zamasu back or Hit, so that way you can charge it the next turn in active mode, you can also do that as well. That's pretty cool. Let's go back to the Z deck, or the side deck. Pilaf Shumai, of course. Every blue deck should probably play this card. We have Mercenary Tau. We play a lot of 1-cost combos, so this can be a card you can use. You get the combo it from your hand. You play this, you draw a card. This card gets barrier, and this card can blow up cards in the battle step, even ignoring barrier, which is kind of cool. We have Janempa. This is probably something you might not play because I don't know how much yellow we're gonna charge, or if we want to spend that much yellow. But it is a way to remove barrier because again, you kind of need that in this deck. You have Nimbus as well. Nimbus is a good option through our yellow deck. We have Time Magic, and then 17 Negate as well. So just some extra defense there. But that is the Kefla deck here. Let me know what you guys think. I think this deck is pretty cool. Is it amazing? I think this deck is going to take a little more sequencing. It's just not as good as Surge Coup. Mainly because of the Videl ability to be able to kind of allow you to go late game and extend your plays, because you can always kind of refill your leader. I think it's pretty good. The support for this is decent. But we'll see if anyone plays it. I think it's again, blue yellow is the strongest combination in the game. And this leader gets access to both colors, so I think it's pretty strong. But you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and if you guys are going to be playing this deck at all, let me know. As always, like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next Dragon Ball video.